Dar'sa needs soul gems. And it turns out this is a perfect place to get a lot of soul gems. She needs it for enchanting. She wants to make enchanting, get enchanting to 100 and then make alchemy and smithing gear. This is a really cool feature of follower tweaks. You can just summon your follower. It's probably the main reason why I have that mod. So I didn't want to use conjuration, but I don't have any weapon that I like that's enchanted with capture souls. Capture souls for a soul gem. But a bound sword will do that for me. And most of these are, there are a whole bunch, there are like 30 baby spiders.
Well, no more.
Kaznak is already paralyzed, I think. Yeah, he's already paralyzed. Now, although Dar'sa's hit with poison, the poison isn't in her system because she has over 100% resist poison. She can still get hit. I mean, she still can get poisoned, but no, not yet. Still, I don't want to get hit by one of the big spiders. And there's Kaznak down there, poisoned again. And completely paralyzed. And that's what will happen to you if you go down there and get poisoned. You'll be just as paralyzed, except you'll be dead. That spider must have a lot of health. Yep, killing him at a distance was a real good idea. In Requiem, it takes a lot longer to level up enchanting. And you're just going to need a lot of soul gems. And soul gems, of course, are tougher to get because there are fewer of them to buy. Yep, there's some little spiders down there that need to be captured in soul gems. So she needs a bunch of soul gems to do what she wants to do in enchanting. Still not poisoned. Now everybody knows what's down here. This is Nimsy. Up, didn't put the dog out far enough to activate the spider. Well, this should do it. Excuse me, dog. Okay, he went down a little easier than I thought he would. And now to harvest all the spider eggs and poisonous venom. Now take a look at the numbers on the bottom. And in the course of this, was able to get alchemy to 75, which is a very big deal. Keep an eye on the numbers on the bottom. And that's a very big point. And this one... Oh, I have to have the troll fat and mammoth heart in hand. Okay, so I have to go away, and I have them in inventory. I had to just get them out of inventory. And you'll notice that health and stamina just went up 100. That's what that point does. And it also makes you a lot stronger, able to resist damage. 100 health, 100 stamina. And don't forget to go mining every 30 days. Okay, we're in Dawnstar, and we came here to do a little mining and a little stealing. And since I'm here, I just decided to knock out one of the Dark Brotherhood quests. Since we're here. Okay, the shield actually makes noise. The more stuff you have in your hand, the more noise you make. So as I moved stuff around, the carry weight went up and took me over I was over encumbered, and I just ate some beef stew, and that gave me 25 additional carry weight. $1,500 times damage. Oh, she had pickpocketed the key to the house earlier, so she didn't even have to lockpick the door. And we've been doing that for a long time, and she puts on her lockpicking gloves. And there we are. Now we're going to steal everything from the house, as, well, we always do. Lots of good stuff here. Have a long conversation with that guy. And have this guy take us to where we want to go. And our first stop is here, because we need some more of this. We want to make some glass armor and weapons. And this, if you have trouble getting the mine to activate at 30 days, you have to go into the mine, then out of the mine, then back into the mine. And when you go back into the mine will activate. And that's how that works. And then here we are in the Orc Stronghold, mining ebony ore.
The loser.
And this is something I just like to do.
Let's go. Come on, let's see what you're made of.
Yeah, Khajiits do extra damage with their hands, paws. And now everything in the stronghold is marked not steel. Well, most things.
You bested me, an orc chief. Impressive. That you have. Here.
So now if we accidentally pick something up, it's not stealing. And you can go inside the stronghold itself and steal everything, which I do. Okay, so we made smithing and alchemy gear. So that's a very big deal. And I'm going to do alchemy later. I'm going to show you more about alchemy in another episode. But the highest you can get is 13%. Why would anyone be surprised that in Requiem the numbers have been seriously nerfed? Same thing for alchemy, 13%. Now there you can find clothing that has better enchants on it. Not much better, but they're very rare. Okay, here's the potion of blacksmithing, and this is the best one you can get. It's the equivalent of the elixir, and it's 5%. Again, why would anybody think that that's not nerfed in Requiem? 5%. So I always do this. I forget to move the perks. So that's why nothing showed up. And it happens to me just about every time, because every time I forget to do this, you have to take the perks out of where they are and put them into blacksmithing. Okay, so try it again. The big elixir of blacksmithing, 5% boost. And just go knock this out. Okay, so here we are. I made glass armor. And the highest you can get it is 458. So the shrouded armor of the Dark Brotherhood without the glitch is 406. So the armor is better with the glass by a bit. The Khajiit glitch now makes a huge difference. And the Thieves Guild armor is 346. And that's with the glass shield. So the ebony armor, that's not an accurate number because we have to move perks into heavy armor to see the true number. Okay, it's 949. Now the glass armor and the ebony armor have exactly the same problem, that it's no enchants on them. So I have these, a necklace and a ring, and if I put those on, that's about another 100 points. So those are pretty good numbers. And depending on you want to play the Khajiit glitch or not. Now keep in mind that the glass shield probably isn't going to be on if you're doing archery. Well, it's not going to be on if you're doing archery. But it will be on if you go in to melee. But at this point, I don't know what enchants I can put on my glass and ebony armor. So I have to go deeper into enchanting to make that happen. Okay, here are the weapons. Those Dawn Guard weapons are looking pretty good. they're going to do a number on vampires. Ebony crossbow looking good. Ebony dagger. These are pretty good numbers, and we're not done yet. These numbers are going to get better. So yeah, the smithing made a big difference. And what I'm getting ready for is I'm getting ready to fight the undead. I'm not doing this to fight bandits. I'm doing this because we have some fights coming up against mid-level enemies, and I've already bumped into some vampires in my travels. Didn't die, but killing them was tough because I didn't have the right weapons. Okay, I want to go out and test this. So there was I guess a Stormcloak patrol, and I just did some hunting for wolves and things, following the patrol. There's only one guy of the patrol left. The rest of them died. Been pretty safe and uninteresting. He comes down here, and I know there are a bunch of bandits, so I'm going to test all this out against low-level bandits. And I learn a bunch of things. And I highly recommend go out and test your fighting against low-level enemies and work out the bugs in fairly safe encounters before you go out and fight mid-level opponents. So what I learned here is she's taking too many chances, and she's not controlling the combat. She's not controlling the encounter. She's missing too many times, and now got hit twice. And if they had been high level, that would just be it. They would just be dead. So running in there and charging in there would just be suicide. So she backs off, doesn't get killed, fortunately. And here's the next lesson. Need some more restoration. 32 points is not enough. So she backs up to get health, stamina, get alteration back on. Yep, 32. That is not going to get it done. So this is on fast forward. She should really just leave altogether. You want to kill your opponents on silently. If it's a ongoing battle, they're going to be moving fast, difficult to hit, and firing arrows at you. And arrows are very deadly. And none of these folks have magic. If there was a mage up here, this would be very bad. So she has to go and practice. Practice. And hitting running targets is a little tougher. Yeah, and she learned a lot about the limits of archery and about what she should and shouldn't try to do. But she didn't die, and in the end the bandits were dead, and she got to pick all the glowing mushrooms. So that was nice.